DJ Wonder Chrissy again, and it's a beautiful, cool Sunday morning here in northern Illinois, and I've got the birds chirping. People ask if that's like a drop-in noise. No, that is real live birds. It's the small birds that are making the most noise. Go figure. We've got a lot of wrens and finches here, so I'm not sure exactly. I think it's the wrens that make the most noise. But man, some of these birds are just like this tall, and they make the noise like you would not believe. So I've got a lot of bird houses here. Maybe I'll take some video a video of that to show you in my spare time, especially in the winter. I make some bird houses, and we create a good place for these homeless birds to live. So we are housing the unhoused birds here, and we'll give you a look at that later. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about more observations about our economy. First, I want to talk about what's been going on in the auto industry. I've got some buddies in the auto industry, and they're continue to send me information on what's going on. Plus, on our trip to Milwaukee last week, and even just looking around here as I drive around, I'm noticing that some of the dealers are starting to really have backed up inventory, especially the Ford dealer. There's a Ford dealer over here who really had nothing for the last 18 months. And now his lot is just bursting with SUVs like the Aviators and the F-150s. He's got them out the wazoo. Part of the reason there, which I've said in the past in some of my videos, is there's going to be a strike come September. So I think Ford's stocking up. So if they do go into a strike situation, they'll have some product to sell. But the other thing too is if you stop at these dealers, there's different methodologies that some of the manufacturers are taking, and it's starting to impact them. And by that, what I mean is some dealers, such as Ford and Dodge, have been the last, year or so, they've been charging what they call a market adjustment on a lot of their vehicles. That is basically profit that they're adding on. I mean, we're talking like $3,000 to $5,000, sometimes $8,000 worth of a market adjustment on a car, which is just basically profit. So people are starting to not buy because of that. Because why just hand over $5,000 to a dealer because he thinks that he wants it? That's the other problem with Dodge and Ram and Jeep. They're doing the same thing. They're charging these market adjustments, and it's the cost of trucks is unbelievable. I mean, if you want a F-150 now, you can, or a Dodge, 1.5 ton truck, you can pay anywhere from $65,000 to $95,000 for a truck. That's not even the super duty or heavy duty or what have you. I've also seen F-150 Lightnings on sale for $110, folks. Truck prices are through the roof. But now, an exception to this whole thing is Toyota and like Volkswagen. I've looked at the Toyota and the Volkswagen dealer around here. They have virtually nothing on their lot still, because what I'm hearing about Toyota is just selling the cars as they come in. They can't make them fast enough, and just like most of the dealers, are having a chip problem. So if you want a Toyota, things are probably a little bit better, but the supply's not there. You're going to have to buy what they have or what's coming in the next couple of weeks. Not be picky about it, but if you go look at like a Volkswagen or a Toyota dealer, there's virtually nothing on their lot. So it's a tale of two cities, folks, when we get to the cars. I'm also hearing that repos are starting to go up again. I saw a report that said repos in the United States are anywhere from 15 to 20,000 cars a week. So those are all heading towards the auction, and who knows how the banks are going to handle that, because some of those cars are underwater, and somebody's got to write that off. So stay tuned here. We'll be seeing more going on in the banking industry in the not so distant future. Okay, so let's talk about, my last video was about a town center we visited. I also saw on the internet just a couple of days ago, Walgreens, right? Walgreens, they're in the news every day now. They're actually, they laid off like 500 employees at their corporate headquarters over here in Deerfield, probably 40 minutes from here. They're not doing too well. They're also going to close another 300 stores this year in the United States. They're basically blaming it on the pandemic. They said that business is not like it used to be when they were selling the testing strips or pandemic testing stuff. So profits are down. So they're slashing like most other large companies. We're heading back to 2008, folks, but only on steroids. I'm telling you now. But anyway, not only are they laying off people, they had a huge complex that they rented not too far from their headquarters, 5 or 6 large office buildings on Deerfield Road in, I think it's in Deerfield. And they've gotten out of there. I believe they went downtown with a lot of their office space. And the owner of those buildings is now in the process of selling it to a developer who wants to tear these 5 huge buildings. I mean, they're like 6, 7 stories tall, probably 1 million square feet or more. And they want to put that into a town center. An entertainment district. I mean, these entertainment districts are popping up everywhere. I don't know how we got enough people to be entertained, but it's in the process of being approved by the city of Deerfield, and we'll see what happens. But the sad part is there's 2 other large companies within a couple of miles of there where the same thing has happened. Allstate Insurance had a huge, like 270 acre facility in Northbrook, just off of 294 in north suburban Chicago. They sold that, and they're in the process of tearing that down. They're going to turn that into a warehouse, a logistics warehouse complex. And they actually got one of the warehouses kind of up right now. They're still tearing down their complex that's been there since like the 1970s. But anyway, 270 acres of office space gone. Everyone's working from home now, and if not, I know they have offices downtown. They rented some space locally too. But there's a company that's getting out of the business of having large offices. Another one that just a couple of blocks north of there is Baxter International Healthcare Company. I don't know if they got bought out or what, but they had a good-sized office complex just north of there, and I believe that's empty. And they're in the talks right now with the city, trying to developers trying to figure out what to do with it, what he can do with it. The city's kind of being a little bit picky, but there again, we're talking, probably 500,000 or more square feet of office space that they want to tear down and do something with the property. And again, that's right adjacent to 294, right on 294 as you head north to Wisconsin. And I mean, if you want to see what they can do with that type of stuff, is also in Schaumburg here. Motorola had like 240 acres on I-90, basically, right there. They still have their tower there, but the rest of the area, they pretty much tore down some of the buildings, and they put in some apartments and condos, and they're working on some mixed retail that's going to be coming in next. They got a Top Golf there, so they're probably like, I don't know, 20% through redeveloping that land. Once again, it's like 140 acres, and it's looking good, but it's sad because that was all high-tech manufacturing, which is now gone to China. If you follow Motorola, they basically sold their cell phone unit to Google, who turned around and took the patents that they wanted and gave the rest to some Chinese company. So I know Google's making some phones, but I believe the Motorola phones today, which you can buy, are made in China. So kind of a sad thing, but there you have it. All big and powerful things come to a tragic end, I guess. So yeah, I mean, that's another reason why our economy is the way it is. Large companies that used to provide great jobs and help move our economy forward are no longer around. I mean, the Suburban Chicago headquarters, in the last 5 years, there are countless large companies that I can think of that have kind of closed up shop in the suburbs of Chicago and moved downtown. It's kind of sad, but I guess they're after that, the young kids coming out of college and the captive audience of the downtown worker that's working down there in the city. So, but then again, the city of Chicago has lost some big companies too to other parts of the United States in the last 2 to 3 years because of what's going on down there too once the sun goes down. But it's a dicey situation, folks, and I don't know where it's all going to end. I suspect that Chicago, they got their new mayor. We got Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah. They got their new mayor, Brandon Johnson, and he's ultra progressive, folks. And he is going to, I really think he's going to turn Chicago into what San Francisco is today. And if you're doing any watching of videos about San Francisco, it is a hellhole, and people can't get out of there fast enough. I just watched a video yesterday where their residential housing market has ultimately collapsed. The commercial market is pretty much following suit, and anybody who is anybody is either out of San Francisco or are trying to figure out how to get out. This video I watched showed a lady, says she bought this beautiful condo in downtown San Francisco, beautiful street, and it was like 3 years ago, and now the whole street outside this condo is lined with tents. And she said she tried to sell it last year and was unable to sell it. So she doesn't know where to turn. And the city just lets this stuff occur. So it's a crazy world out there. Crazy world. And I've noticed it too a little bit as we drive around this area. Starting to see panhandlers at the Walmart pop up, and seeing some quasi unhoused people walking around. I believe what they do is they take the train out of the city and they get out and explore in the suburbs. So we're starting to see it a little bit around here too. So hey, coming to a place near you sometime soon, folks, is lots of people who are down on their luck and having some hard problems. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. As the economy collapses, it's only going to get worse. And, you know, pretty much as I look around, I mean, that's it. You got to look around. Got to look around and think for yourself on what it is you're seeing, right? A lot of times people tell you, oh, everything's okay, everything's okay. I'm here to tell you things are not okay, and to trust your own eyes. What you're seeing, if you see it, you open your eyes and look at it, should be shaking you in your boots. The fact that you're seeing, you know, auto inventories balloon, yet on other lots there's hardly any, kind of make you kind of wonder what is really going on. And that's why I'm here, guys, is to point out what I am seeing, so you guys can try to look around your areas too and see what you see. So comment down below what you're seeing about the dealerships, mostly the American dealerships, in your neck of the woods. Are you seeing the same thing? Because, man, Ford and Dodge just have oodles and oodles of cars, and they're not dropping their prices. They're hoping their new methodology is to sell less at more, and by doing that they can make the profit that they want. All right, well, that's all I have for today. Like, share, and subscribe, folks. Land Cruiser Midwest. Be sure to check out all of our videos. We got some susie-q slot videos if you're into gaming and slots. We got some foodie videos, restaurant reviews out there. We got these finance and banking issues here that we talk about on a regular basis. So I hope you're enjoying the videos. DJ Wonder Chrissy, over and out.